So I'm finally getting to this story, and I've been meaning to get to this story for a while because I actually liked the game Stray. I thought Stray was a fun game. I thought it was something different. I thought it was something unique, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed its attempt at telling you an interesting story, but through the eyes of a cat. It was something just weird and different and cool, and I actually enjoyed it. Well, apparently, the entire studio has quit, and this story just blows my mind because I didn't hear anything bad coming out of this studio. I didn't hear anything about people being unhappy, a strike, or anything of the sort. This just seems to come out of nowhere, and it's just blowing the minds of the industry right now.
Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, you guys got to put a negative spin on everything.
So apparently the studio, Annapurna, interactive situation is wild, according to SmashJT.com, where their entire studio has decided to just collapse and it just quit. Just the entire studio quit. And I'm not even talking about like the lower level employees. I'm talking about a lot of the higher level employees too. It's kind of just pretty wild. So let's get into this article, guys, from SmashJT.com. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Annapurna Interactive, the subtly yet celebrated, again, and they were highly celebrated. I loved Stray. I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to see more from this publisher. Behind indie hits like Kentucky Route Zero and Stray have effectively collapsed, with its entire staff quitting in mass. It says that this is beyond a stunning move, just left the future of Annapurna's ongoing projects in question, especially Morsels Above, throwing the game industry into quite a frenzy. Now, this is the game that they were working on, Morsels, coming in February of 2025 to Switch, PS5, and Steam. Now we don't know if that's really going to be the case, considering that there's nobody working there anymore. It says the mass exodus happened right after negotiations between the employees and the company's owner, Megan Ellison. Oh, so a woman fucked this up. Fell through. According to reports from The Hollywood Reporter and Bloomberg, Annapurna Interactive senior leadership team, along with its over 20-person staff, have all resigned. This leaves a huge question mark over the status of active development deals and partnerships, among so much else. Now, I gotta imagine, I don't know what they were asking for. Chances are it probably was a little ridiculous, because normally with these strikes, they tend to be a little bit ridiculous in their asking, especially when they feel like they have all the power. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying it tends to be usually a little ridiculous. But again, I don't know what they were asking from Megan, but I can only imagine that what they were asking for wasn't worth you losing your entire team over, right? Even if you had to give them what they wanted for a few months and slowly but surely work them out through firings or whatever, disciplinary action, I'm sure it would have been a lot better than losing your entire fucking team in one shot, because now your game that's supposed to come out in February of 25 doesn't really look like that's about to happen. Then it says this leaves a huge question mark over the status of active development. It does, and partnerships. It's just odd. In all of Smash JT's years, he doesn't think that he's ever seen anything like this happen in the video game industry. For the entire company to just up and quit in unison like this is just insane. It's true. I have never seen anything like this. I'm trying to remember if there was anything like this. And also keep in mind, too, like a strike is different, right? A strike is, oh, we're going to stop and we're going to strike. We're still active employees. We haven't quit. We're just striking against the company in the hopes to garner some sort of better contract or whatever. These people just flat out fucking quit. They said, all right, Megan, you don't want to play ball? We're out. Everybody. Like, imagine being Megan in that office damn near by yourself, and everybody just walked out on you. Like, you must be a really shit boss if that's the case. The exodus also saw the departure of Nathan Gary, the company's now former president and one of the founding members of Annapurna. So even a founding member has left. This is wild. I really want to know what they were asking for. In his place, Hector Sanchez has been appointed as a new president. Sanchez, another founding member of Annapurna Interactive, recently returned from a brief stint at Epic Games. Well, yeah, because he got a free promotion out. They basically handed it to him. A free promotion, easy, all the money in the world. Why wouldn't he take it? Then it says, but things get even more interesting when we dig deeper into the cause of this collapse. Jason Schreier's report on Bloomberg reveals that Gary had been in negotiations with the daughter of multi-billionaire Larry Ellison, which is from Oracle Corp money, Megan Ellison, to spin off Annapurna Interactive as an independent entity separate from its parent company, Annapurna Pictures, which interestingly enough was exploring bankruptcy back in 2019. However, when Ellison pulled out of the negotiations, Gary, his leadership team, and the entire staff chose to resign. It makes me think that there was a lot more going on behind the scenes beyond just casual conversation. Bro, I don't know who this is, but if this is the person, if this is Megan, it makes a lot of sense. It just makes a lot of sense. If you look here, all 25 members of the Annapurna Interactive team collectively resigned. Gary and the group said in a joint statement, "This was one of the hardest decisions we ever had to make, and we did not take this action lightly." Then a spokesperson for Annapurna confirmed the failure of these negotiations, with Ellison stating the following: "Our top priority is continuing to support our developer and publishing partners during this transition. We're committed to not only our existing slate of games, but also expanding our presence in the interactive space as we continue to look for opportunities to take a more integrated approach to linear and interactive storytelling across film and TV, gaming, and theater." Bro, they don't care. They don't care. They lost their whole team and they don't care. They're like, yep, we're just in a transition right now. Like, what are we doing? So I guess they're just going to hire a whole bunch of new people. I'm telling you right now, man, you're going to see the effect of this change in their upcoming game Morsels. I promise you, because here's what's going to happen, right? Morsels had a certain development mindset, right? From people who were making the game, certain things that were happening. When you replace an entire team midway through development, there is no way that the game is not going to be affected to some way, shape, or form. There's no way. Unless you delay the game. If they decide to delay the game, then that's something different. But it looks like they're not going to, not yet. They might announce it later, but they're not announcing it right now. But I still think it's absolutely insane that an entire studio decided to quit on one person failing negotiations. This situation has caused chaos for developers currently working for Annapurna. Many are now scrambling to understand if their publishing partners are still valid. Aura Trilio, and the animation lead for the Annapurna published game Wanderstop, humorously summed up the situation on Blue Sky, currently being published by Annapurna Voice. Haha. Man, this whole thing is fucked. A key element of this drama is Remedy Games' whole involvement with Annapurna Interactive. Just recently, I spoke with Remedy in greater detail, expressing a belief that the company's intentions seem to be more about pushing propaganda and political agendas rather than focusing on creating great games. I question whether their heart is in the right place when it comes to game development. And now, given Remedy's recent announcement of a partnership with Annapurna for the future of the Control series, this context makes one wonder if Remedy's political leanings and questionable priorities may have contributed to Annapurna's internal tensions, though to be fair, this remains complete speculation at this point. I'm not even going to get started when it comes to Remedy games, okay? Remedy has been fucking around and finding out for a while, and whether or not they've influenced Annapurna Interactive, I have no idea, and obviously Smash doesn't know either. But what I will say is that it is really sad to see what's happening with this studio, given that I really, really enjoyed Stray, and I know a lot of people enjoyed Stray. Stray was a top seller for a while, okay? Stray was a big, big, big thing when it first came out, and a lot of people were having fun and enjoying it because it was such a simplistic idea, but the way that they did it, especially with how good the storytelling was and the environments and the entire, just the world that you were being engrossed in, the entire thing was awesome, and it's sad to see that this particular developer now has completely nuked itself. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it if you could like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.